Sometimes movies get delayed because they want to avoid competition. But then we have movies that get delayed because the studios have no real confidence in a movie. These are usually movies that were released on January, April, and of course the month of August. And again, it's not every April release that studios have no confidence in and just want to fill out the slots throughout the year to release a major movie. But Morbius is basically a movie that was always probably going to flop. First of all, it is based off a villain, a Spider-Man villain named, of course, Morbius, and he is, of course, he's, of course, a minor Spider-Man villain. He's not really, in terms of Spider-Man villains, he's not even that popular, which I never understood why they're making a movie about Morbius, not like, Dr. Octopus or a villain that, like, for example, Venom got his own movie series, and the Venom series is pretty popular, and, of course, we could have got a Dr. Octopus movie or a, Kingpin movie or another villain that is much more popular, because Morbius is kind of more of a skill villain as well. Again, they don't always have to use the most popular villains, but again, Morbius, the movie, was delayed, which is coming out on April Fools, which leaves the only major movies of the year, where they still check the Sesame Street movie is still supposedly releasing on January 14th. Yep, it's still supposedly releasing on January 14th, but also the 355 is the only other movie, and Scream. Whereas again, January is usually a month where that's the city movies come out. There are very, very few good movies very few memorable movies that come out in January. It's typically the month where they just throw away movies, and the movies typically lose money for the studio because the studio has no confidence in them. The other month for this being August, with the exception of like the first week of August, where sometimes you get like a major superhero movie release on that day, like Guardians of the Galaxy. But usually August is another movie death zone, where movies go to die, and that's how it basically is. And September was like that for a while. It's still like that. September is another one. Whereas for like the movies that usually they follow your seasonal horror movies like it and stuff, and then you just get like the random movies that does bomb and lose money for the studios. And then of course you used to got like the big space movie of the year, but those started flopping as well. So, really the worst months for movies is still September, August, and January. And of course, and sometimes April could be a very boring month. But, August is because kids are going back to school. September is the first month of school, so it's mostly more adult-oriented films. And January being the first month of the year, Christmas is over, it's typically the weakest month for the box office. But Morbius is just being delayed, and that's all I have to say in this video. Goodbye.